The following is a presentation of William Patterson University Television.
Welcome back to the desk. The weather outside may be frightful, but the hot stove is so delightful. And here to wrap up the 2022 MLB winter meetings and the MLB offseason with Anthony, Joe, Mikey, and Jose. You know, Joe, you may be our Met fan, but even you got to admit the Yankees, they got a deal done that they had to do. Aaron Judge is coming back. All rise. I'm sure Yankee fans will all rise for a long time to come. Talking about the Judge deal.
Yeah, Yankee fans should be super excited for this season, especially, this case is finally closed. Take a look at Aaron Judge's stats for this season. He played 157 games. He stayed healthy this year, guys. That's a huge impact right there for the Yankees. 311 batting average, 62 home runs. He also broke the home run record with 62 home runs. And for the Yankees, this was a priority free agency signing. Obviously the talk was going to San Fran. You saw Ceylin go off from that huge contract deal as well, but you brought back a hometown grown player with Aaron Judge, and now you're going to attract other pieces to make this roster complete, and you're going to hopefully make a further run to the playoffs and get the World Series that you want.
Yeah, fan bases love nothing more than when a homegrown guy stays with them for a whole career. Jose, what do you think of the Judge deal?
So this is a great deal for Aaron Judge. He gets a great ton of money and great job security all the way up to when he's 39. However, if the Yankees made this deal 5 years ago, I think everyone would have been happy for the Yankees. But now going all the way up to his late 30s, and I don't know how he's going to perform after 33, going to 35, based on his medical records. So
I don't know how you can knock this deal if you're the Yankees, though. Like, they need to get this deal done, right? Like, and I don't mean to cut you off, but like, They had to get this deal done. Who cares what he is after 33? Like if he or who cares what he is after 35? If you win the next 3 years, then it's all forgiven. But the Yankees' work is not done. They have to get deals done. They have to add more pieces. Some may say Carlos Rodon. Some may say an outfielder. I agree with that entirely. But the Yankees had to do this deal, and I can't knock them for that.
Yeah, no, definitely something that the fan base would have been in an uproar if it didn't happen. Hal Steinbrenner probably wouldn't be able to show his face in the stadium, and Brian Cashman as well, if they did not bring Judge back. Mikey, what are your thoughts on this deal?
They needed Judge. I needed Judge as a Yankees fan. I can't see this team going more than 500 without him. I mean, he's the MVP. You have to pay him no matter what.
MVP, they're going to be expecting championships in New York now. I think that will basically judge the success of this deal. But switching over, Mikey, I'll keep it with you from the Bronx to the Queens. We're going to go to the Mets now. They have also been very active. Steve Cohen's been reaching deep into his pockets this offseason. Which move that they have made has really stood out to you?
2 years, $86.6 million for Justin Verlander. You won't want to say because he's 39 years old, you don't want to make this deal. But I think in the 2 years, he'll definitely be the value they need. He came off Tommy John, had a great year, and I don't see him slowing down this quick.
Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, once teammates in Detroit, older now, but just as effective. They're reunited again. Should be a nice 1-2 punch there, replacing DeGrom. Anthony, what do you think of the Mets deals?
Jimmy, do you like jazz? Because Edwin Diaz is going to be playing the trumpets in the borough of Queens for a very long time. They bring back Edwin Diaz on a 5-year, $100 million deal. Big signing for them. They had to show up this bullpen. They had to bring back Diaz, the reigning NL reliever of the year. And they had to bring him back. And they got to keep building that bullpen. I know they acquired Brooks Raley over the winter meetings. If they can shore up that bullpen, that'd be huge for them. And it starts with Edwin Diaz. They had to get him back.
Had to get him back. I know our former host, we love Samori. He's a big fan of jazz, so you can ask him that question when we see him.
Soul Hour.
Oh, boy. Jose, what do you think of the Mets deals? Which one do you like the most?
So I have to actually go to what we actually lacked towards the end of the season, which was hitting. And keeping Brandon in was actually really important for that. He had a solid, 274, 272? Around that frame. And then keeping that, I give something for Pete Alonso to actually drive home. Because, what's the point of having a closer or a good pitcher if you can't get runs on the board, which you saw at the end of the season. That's what happened. So keeping Brandon Nimmo is actually really important for the Mets.
Nimmo's definitely a fan favorite in New York, in Queens. Fan base loves him, brings a lot of energy anytime he's at the plate or in the field. Joe, which move do you like?
So the Mets made a lot of moves, and there's a lot of things that they need to keep working on. But how about Jose Quintana from the St. Louis Cardinals? He signed a 2-year contract worth $26 million. The former All-Star, he's also a lefty pitcher, which helps the starting rotation as well. And he also fills a big hole after Tajon Walker heads over to the Philadelphia Phillies.
Definitely a big move. Quintana, that's a cheap deal, too, for a veteran pitcher. They still potentially could have room for Senga from Japan. But, we talked about Judge. We talked about the Mets pickups. But, Anthony, There's been other acquisitions that have been made by other teams throughout this offseason last week or so. Which one stands out to you?
Yeah, from one NL East team to another, I'm going with Trey Turner of the Philadelphia Phillies. He had a great year last year. Take a look at his numbers: 298 batting average, 21 home runs, 100 RBIs, an OPS of 809, and 27 stolen bases. He's only in his late 20s, 11-year, $300 million pact. He's going to be a staple shortstop for the Phillies for a long, long time. He wanted to be on the East Coast. He declined a large deal from the San Diego Padres to come out east, and I think the Phillies are going to be reaping that benefit from a very long time.
Yeah, reunited with Bryce Harper, former Nationals teammates. That's going to be a fun lineup to watch. Mikey, what's your biggest acquisition?
I'm going Bogarts, going from the East Coast to the West Coast to go with the Padres. He hit 307 with 15 home runs, 73 runs batted in, 53 extra base hits with a 833 OPS. He's one of the best shortstops in the game, and he was one of the best free agents, and the Padres need to get over the hump to get the World Series.
Joe?
Listen, they say everything's bigger in Texas, and well, they got Jacob deGrom. Probably one, on a free agency that we knew he wanted to leave New York. We take a look at his stats here: 11 starts, he had a 3.08 ERA. He pitched 64 innings, 102 strikeouts, and a WHIP of 7.5. For the Rangers, I mean, they gave him a 5-year, $185 million contract. Hopefully, the goal is to, hopefully he has a lot of starts because injuries and medical records shows that he isn't healthy.
Yeah, Jose, Jacob deGrom, big move to Texas, but which move has really caught your attention?
I'm going to say go to Houston. Go down. Was it south? Go to south. Go to Houston Astros, and they picked up Jose Abreu, which is actually a great pickup from the Chicago White Sox. Jose Abreu is going to be either an S2 or 4 complement Greg Bregman, and that's going to be a nice 1-2 punch going down. And that's the rich get richer with the Houston Astros.
Yeah, no, the Astros lineup is definitely going to be really feared, even more so now. Abreu had Gurriel, big addition. We're going to do some fun here. We talked about deals that have happened. Let's talk about deals that could happen. Some rapid-fire free agency and trade predictions. We're going to start it out, Carlos Rodon going to be a big move potentially. Yankees could be on the watch for him. Joe, where do you think he's going?
Well, I'm sticking with New York Yankees. Listen, the Yankees have been hot. It's been a huge topic right now of them acquiring Rodon. And listen, he's a lefty. He also led the majors in strikeouts per 9 innings. And I think he's a great fit next to Cole.
Mikey, rapid fire.
Same thing, Yankees. $30 million a year. I think that's worth paying for him. The Yankees just have to go back to paying to win. The Mets are doing it, so the Yankees actually got to do it too.
Jose, where's Rodon going?
I'm going to the Boston Red Sox because I think the Red Sox just want to spite the Yankees at this point. So why not the Red Sox?
Anthony.
Yeah, after losing out on Judge, the Giants are going to let Carlos Rodon go to the Yankees. They're not going to let their ace leave, so they're going to bring him back. Carlos Rodon back to San Fran.
It's going to be interesting to see where he goes for sure. Starting pitching is so important in today's game, especially in the postseason. But this is rapid fire. So now we're moving on to Pirates center fielder Brian Reynolds. He's been in trade talks. Anthony, where do you like the center fielder to go?
Yeah, I like him a lot for the Yankees. The Yankees need another outfielder after Andrew Benintendi hit the free agent market. I imagine the Yankees will go hard after the Pirates' star outfielder.
Michael, where's the switch hitter going?
I think he's going to the Giants because they lost out on Judge and they need to shore up the outfield.
Joe.
Going to the Red Sox, he'll complement very well with Verdugo and Kiki Hernandez as the everyday outfielder.
Yeah, definitely could be potential there. Jose.
I'm going with the Mets. They need another hitter, and he has hit over 300 twice in the past 4 seasons, so he'll be a great addition.
Another potential great addition. This is the last one. We got A's catcher Sean Murphy, a young catcher, a lot of talent. Jose, I'm going to throw it back to you. Where do you think he could potentially end up?
I'm going with the Baltimore Orioles. I believe that they actually could use he's a former Gold Glove winner. He would be a great addition, and nice addition to a young rising talent on the Baltimore Orioles. Great addition right there.
It'll be interesting with Adley Rutschman there and Sean Murphy. Anthony, rapid fire.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Rays. I mean, the Rays are always grooming and always growing really great young players. I don't see that changing if they were to get Sean Murphy. They need a catcher. I see him going down to Tampa.
Mikey.
I think the Red Sox need the talent. They just lost some in free agency. He's a pretty good hitter. He's going to grow in that, and he's a great Gold Glove guy.
Joe, rapid fire, you got the final shot.
I'm going to Cleveland Guardians. Listen, Sean Murphy is a veteran catcher, and the Guardians really have an empty hole in that catcher position. They could really use him.
Yeah, no, the catcher position is a prevalent one. And all across every team, there's only so many that really make a difference in the league. Very thin. Going to be interesting to see where all these guys wind up as free agency and the trade market continues. But our NCAA crew will break down the latest from college football as the playoffs are around the corner. From the diamond to college football field, stay with us after the break.